Welcome as we call to order the regular council meeting on this 18th day of October 2022, 03 p.m. All things are in order. Notices have been posted front and rear of the council room, City Hall complex. We do have a quorum present. We have one council member that will not be able to see him due to emergency. So we will proceed on. As we stand, I will invite Mayor Pro Tem Henry Pace to lead the opening prayer. I'll lead us in the pledge.
Let's pray. Father, I want to thank you for this day. Thank you for life, health, and strength. And just ask that you would be with us as we come together to discuss the city's business. And ask that you would continue to bless this entire facility, Father God. And ask your blessings upon this chamber, that you will bestow it with the love and blessing that it is due. And just ask that you would bless us as we depart from this place, but never from your presence. In your name, I pray for that. Amen.
Amen. Face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Now's the time for citizens' comments. Cheryl, did we have any?
We did not have any comments.
Okay. Nobody's turn yet. We'll move on to presentations and announcements now. There were a couple of folks here from the Civic Center. I'd like for Caitlin, Don, y'all just step up, Don, to right around the podium. I think they both have a little piece to say about something very special coming up.
Good evening. We are about 3.5 weeks from the Heritage Fair Festival. So just keep that on your calendar. This year it's November 12th. All over town, but just so you know, it starts at 9 in the morning, ends at 5. And as of today, I'm expecting this to be sold out by end of day tomorrow. So that's kind of where we're at with vendors and everything. Mr. John is here to discuss our information booth. He's done a great job through the years and still continues to do a fabulous job of organizing volunteers. And we really could not do it without our volunteers. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, as well as you probably know. But truly, it's great. It's a great volunteer effort that makes it happen, as well as all the city departments that pitch in behind the scenes. There's so much work. So thank you to all of the city departments for help.
I have done this. I have done the easiest job in surplus. And that is to get volunteers for the information booth. That thing is, I'm supposed to know all about the Sun Festival. Come to me and ask me. But what I'm looking for tonight is volunteers, well to do, right? Bud?
Yes.
I need one from,
My wife, Carol.
Carol, I got Carol over there. I need one from, 8 to 10. You better do it at 7, because it's excitement. Time to get over what, get the vendors in and out, and that house. I need one there. I need one at, the Melissa. Good, I need 2 more, 2 more, 4, 5, or whatever you can like. So then put your name down. You got a reference, sir?
All right, I'll pick one of those. We'll do one of those.
I'll put you down. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you want to put me like in, right now. You said what was the afternoon for?
Afternoon is 2 to 4, or you put up with Melissa, you can go on.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we tried that last year. I could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it, yeah, just for a second.
You know what?
Well, you know, I run with the fire department, police department all the time.
Yeah, he's there all the time.
I'm there all day.
Oh, okay.
I'll be in my trailer.
You're gonna be cooking.
He'll be there all the
So
time.
I want to tell you what, if you don't want to, that's all right. If Vinnie County officials out there just stand in line, come up there and talk.
I'm
I
sure.
can fill my soapbox real quick about how, you know, and I got you down. All right, few things about the show festival. If you do come up there like you, come a few minutes early, walk around, look, and find out what things are. Because they're gonna ask you every kind of question. Man, what are they making serve? What are the old cars? There's lots of stuff making heads, you know, beat up candy and biddle. What's the lady making fried tires? You know, all those questions. What are the kids? Every kid there is. Look up. Pony rides or whatever. You need to know all that. You don't walk around and look, you don't know that. But if you really get stuck, that's the lady up back there. She knows what So, I'm gonna get up on my box about one thing. I'm gonna talk to the audience about this. I get up on this real quick. Lost kids. If you got young kids and you're coming to the Surf Festival, the last thing you do before you leave now, take a picture of that kid and what they're wearing. Because if they get lost, I don't see any police department here, but you come up out of our booth, we always got an officer with us. First question, what are they wearing? How old they are? You ask them, what are they wearing? They get this blank look on their face. They don't know. They don't remember what the kids were wearing. Take a picture of your child when you leave home, so you will know what they're wearing. That's not good. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
You said vendors are gonna be, you're anticipating vendors being sold out, how many is that?
That is 238, vendor groups between retail, art and craft, and promotion. And then we have 21 commercial food vendors that are set up on the food court row. And then I believe we have 12, children's vendors, which they have super large spaces. Some of them are, 80, 90 people on. Thank you. Yeah.
And the booth will stay on the south.
Yeah.
Part.
South Marshall.
Thank you all very much.
You leave it.
I,
Look at that, baby.
yeah. We did have a domestic violence awareness month proclamation presented earlier this month, back of the council package. And, on people that can't see that, people that are out in the audience here, that we've all had that, we've all read the proclamation. Anyway, it's legal. Okay, all right, so moving right along here, let's move on to the consent agenda. And, I think all of those things are explained here in the agenda. You know, they've probably already looked at those and read them. And I'll hear a motion to accept. All right, so here's a second. Say, I hear a second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Like sign, opposed? All right. Consent agenda stands approved at this time. Now we'll move on to the council business regular session. Item number 7, consideration and possible action on pay request number 1, the final payment for Renova Sheet Metal Incorporated. Set the warranty date for workmanship of 5 years on the Central Fire Station roof repair at $98,500. Rusty, you want to tell us about it?
Yes. Renova Roofing has completed, the roof station, Central Station, as they said before. They did, we appreciate y'all for allowing us to do it. City engineers performed the final inspection, and all work appears satisfactory and good. At this time, I would recommend cancel for the final payment. And then there's a workmanship warranty of 5 years and material warranty for 20 years. And it said warranty date on those two. 5 years for a workmanship, and 20 years for the material.
So how old was that original roof, or how old was that building?
2006.
Okay, 2006. Anyway, we're not leaking now, or?
The one good rain we've had.
That sounds very good. Your motion to approve.
Motion approved.
Second. Motion has been made, seconded, all in favor? Let's say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. All right, item number 7 stands approved. Item number 8 is something that we probably need to drop from the agenda. So at this time, we strike that out from the agenda. We'll not return until a later date. Okay. Item number 9 on the agenda, consideration and possible action on authorizing the city manager to enter into a lease agreement with Sparklight for a 75-foot by 75-foot parcel located at Fair Park. It's down in the bottom of the park, I think, over there around the cell phone tower. Is that correct? This parcel will have a hub substation to provide small business and residential internet service throughout the city. Okay. Any questions there, Jake?
Yeah, so the agreement, I think y'all had the initial agreement that we're looking at, and Matthew DeMuro with Sparklight is the president here this evening, so they're looking at it from their legal team as well, and so ultimately, just to, make sure that we can get this done in a timely manner. It's to lease just that little piece of property, basically sits right between the two cell towers that are at Fair Park now anyway, so it's a piece of property that wouldn't be used for anything else there at the park. And it works perfect for their location, for their little hub building. So we're working out the agreement. So ultimately what we're asking is for the ability to work out the final details of the agreement, with myself and Mr. Shoemate, on behalf of the city with, Sparklight. And the agreements look very similar. What we're trying to do is look very similar to what the agreements were with, Tower D and several towers. I think it starts out at a 5-year lease and then all renews after that annually.
Motion has been made, seconded, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Okay. Item number 9 stands approved at this time. Item number 10 is consideration, possible action upon resolution 2022-10-01 on budget amendment number 1 for the 2021-22 budget. Kara?
It's that time of year, the sunshine with numbers, it's, budget amendment time, we've had, few little things different that happened this year, causing the budget, and the need for the budget amendment. We purchased a couple, properties, that have, caused, budget amendment, but land across Lake Forest Park, and for the buildings that we're in right now, very happy to be in it. And then we had a one-time pay adjustment for our employees, that was a budgeted in each department salaries, and so we need to amend those salary line items, so their budgets won't be, those departments won't be over budget. Also, this is one of those, we pay every other Friday, so that's 26 pay periods in a year. But 365 days, it doesn't divide it equally, and it ends by 14 days. So I would say it's kind of early year for the budget part of that, so we have to make up for those days. So this past budget, 2022 had 27 pay periods that were in our budget. So of course, that, didn't have that budget, so we need to amend payroll line items for that one payroll.
then this year, like I said, we will have to come to paper, you know, 6, 7 years down the road, we consider, probably get it from them. But those are the bigger items, kind of listed there, each department, in the spreadsheet. So, if I have any specific questions about it, I'll be happy to answer. Also, the general construction fund, that's where we pay for a lot of that, we might want to see here, in the building. And our own employees doing a lot of this, which saves a lot of money. But the still materials and things that we purchase for that, for $300 money, that's probably not good, it's still in that here. And then, of course, we all know those increased food gas prices, you know, that affects those who have vehicles, department of vehicles, most of them, their fuel, ones are over budget. So that's the reason for that one.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Gary? Motion has been made, and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Item 10 stands approved. Item number 11, consideration of possible action upon the city of Henderson investment cost. Gary?
This is, annually, this is approved by the council, and no changes, and we're very safe with the money, for the city, and, depository bank, we have savings, checking account, and with the savings account, and we also have the tax pool, tax guard, which is a pool fund, so we can invest. And talking to the mayor earlier, the rate on that is really going up, we're up to 2.49%. In the tax guard rate, so I'm able to move money out of the bank over to that, and all those interest rates are high, and a little bit more interest on the money. That's always keeping the money safe. And so, again, just the annual review of the policy.
Do I hear a motion? Second. Motion has been made, and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Item number 11 stands approved. Thank you, Gary. Item number 12 is consideration and possible action upon a recommendation reappointing Board of Adjustment members Kenneth Orr, Alton Pryor, and Freddie Pope, and moving Yuli Elizondo from an alternate board position to a full member, and then serving 2-year terms.
So those are all, members that, you know, desire to be reappointed, and I think everybody's on board with, they're all on board with, want to come back, and so, we did have one opening, so moving on the alternate into that spot makes perfect sense. We'll have to come back and fill the alternate spot, you know, so like, so the recommendation would be to, just to approve all 3 of those reappointments and move the alternate into, into the position, 2-year term.
Second. Okay, motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Item number 12 stands approved. Item number 13 is consideration and possible action on a minor plat application located at the dead end of Sundown Trail in a medium density, single family district in R2 zone. Billy, would you like to talk about that?
Mayor, council, we have an application for a minor plat submitted by Mr. Jay Clark, owner of Favor Custom Homes.
Orchid Builders come down here from the DFW area and hit the ground running, and Henderson already has 2 homes under construction and plans to build more speculative homes. And he's purchased a couple of lots over there, and on the end of Sundown Trail, actually 1 lot. The large lot has some topographical problems, but they figured out a way to work that out and build 2 homes on there. And what he'd like to do is do the minor plat on there, dividing that 1 parcel into 2, so he can build 2 separate homes. And I don't know if we have that up. I don't know, map. Very good. And as you can tell, there's going to be a shared driveway coming off the end of the cul-de-sac. And he will, there's shared driveways all over Henderson right now, but Mr. Clark is going to have a driveway agreement tied into the deeds on these 2 properties, so there won't be any controversy, and there'll be shared maintenance on it and what have you. So our staff recommends approval of this minor plat.
That's down at the very end.
That's at the very end. We've had a couple of people, I've been here since 3.5 years. And I've had a couple of people come in, interested buyers, and then they look at it and see basic problems. And Mr. Clark came in, looked at it, and found a solution to the problem. So, they felt like it was unbuildable lots, undevelopable, and him and his team, surveyors and what have you, worked it out so they can put these 2 houses on the lots and move forward, give him some much needed housing.
Need a lot more like it. Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we move on the consideration regarding the plat that's been applied for by Mr. Clark.
Second. Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Item number 13. Item number 14 is consideration and possible action on a minor plat located at 908 South High Street, combining 2 lots.
Yes, this property is owned by Mr. Pinkerton, Stephen Eric Pinkerton. They've been at their residence on High Street for a number of years, and a couple of years ago, they purchased the lot that faces Marshall Street, South Marshall. And they want to add on to their accessory structure, which currently, where the parcel of divided will not meet our setback standards. And in order to do that, they would want to combine these 2 lots so they can expand their accessory structure onto the new lot. And our staff understands the need for this for them. We don't want to stand in their way. This is what our staff recommends approval of this minor plat as well.
All right.
Well, I'll make a motion that we be able to move on the minor plat application by the Pinkertons for the employment properties.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Item number 14 stands approved. Item number 15 is consideration and possible action upon a minor plat located at 413 Cherokee Trail, combining a previously abandoned street.
This is a minor plat, and like a couple of years ago, we did a street abandonment over in Wood Lake Edition on Cherokee Trail, and the folks that we gave the street to owned the property on both sides of it, so it went to the family, the Stevens family. And they never followed up getting a survey done and the plat done and joining it to their current residence. So now, sadly, Mr. Stevens passed away, and Ms. Stevens sold the rent house that was adjacent to this abandoned street, and now she's got a contract to sell the house she was living in, and we need to tie this alleyway into that property so she can sell it all as one parcel. And that's what the request is for tonight, so we're doing that, those two parcels together.
I let them do for free. Motion has been made, second, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Likewise, vote. Item number 15 stands approved. Item number 16, consideration upon a recommendation from the Planning and Zoning Commission. First reading of ordinance 2022 010-13, amending the zoning map. There are 5 properties on Jacksonville Drive to be changed from a low-density, single-family residential zone, which is an R1, to general commercial zone, C2.
Council, this is more or less a map correction. These parcels that are in question tonight, before the new maps, zoning map was drawn in 2017, were zoned general commercial. And when the map was redrawn, they were mistakenly put in as R1, as the surrounding residential properties are, that are behind it and across the highway. We're trying to make this correction. With this correction, these commercial businesses will be able to buy and sell their property if necessary, get bank loans and everything. But we had in the last 2 years, 2 inquiries regarding these properties being in the residential zone area, and they're trying to apply for commercial loans or selling the property. And we've had to explain what's happened and what have you, so we thought it would be prudent this time to make this correction, because, like I said, we had just recently had the mechanic shop there, had issues that takes the bank trying to get his loan finalized because of his current zoning. So we want to get this mistake corrected and get these properties back into the proper commercial zone. And C2 is the proper zone for these properties and these type of businesses. So we are staff and the Planning and Zoning Commission also, together we make a recommendation to council to approve the first reading of this ordinance.
Okay, this is a non-vote item, for their information on it. We'll move forward. Thank you, Bill. Item number 17, departmental reports. Any questions? Directors or managers here for those departments. Council, you might ask questions at this point. No questions being asked. We'll move forward. Boards and commissions, same thing. We have boards and commissions. Minutes. Zoning minutes not completed. Cemetery board meeting, next quarterly meeting on October 26th. Cemetery meeting, September 27th. Don't have any package preservation minutes, September 6th, September 12th, package also. We'll move forward to executive session. It is 6:32 p.m. We will now move into executive session to consult the city attorney, discuss real property located 404 West Main Street, economic development agreement in accordance with Vernon, Texas Government Code, that's 551, section 072 and 080.